This is exercise 35.3.4a, extruding a mesh face. I'm in the Mesh 2 drawing file in the Steps Lesson 35 folder. It looks a lot like the file that we've been working on, and we'll continue. We'll start by creating a simple extrusion. You know, in the past when we have selected a face and moved it, that we've ended up with something like this that looks kind of distorted. When you run an extrusion, you'll have a much finer looking object. We'll go to Modify, Mesh Editing, Extrude Face. AutoCAD asks me for the face I want to extrude, and I'll select this one. Now it wants to know how far I want the extrusion to be. I'll bring it out a couple of inches. You notice now it has actually added faces all the way around my extrusion. Okay, let's thaw the marker layer. And you'll see we have a little arc set out in the front here. Okay, we're going to repeat the Mesh Extrude command. This time we will select this face. And we want to follow a path this time. And we'll tell AutoCAD to follow this arc. How's that? Okay, again, let's repeat the Mesh Extrude command. Let's try the taper angle. This time we will select this face, and we want to give it a taper angle. The taper angle will be, we'll say 15 degrees, and we'll extrude by about an inch. How about that? Okay, let's undo that. This time we'll see what happens when we extrude multiple faces at one time. Repeat the Mesh Extrude command. Select all three faces across the top up here. Okay. Give it about a 1-inch extrusion, like so. Turn my filtering off. Now if I select my objects and I adjust the smoothness property, you'll see that indeed those three faces that extruded became one united face. Okay, let's undo that and undo this. Now, let's repeat the Mesh Extrude command. And instead of selecting the same objects this time, let's go to Settings. Tell AutoCAD that we don't want to join adjacent mesh faces. Now we can select the same three faces, like so. Give it an extrusion of 1 inch. Set our filter so that we can select the object, and set our smoothness as we did before. And you'll see this time AutoCAD has not joined adjacent faces. It's actually given you three different extrusions. Okay, save your drawing and we'll move on to something else.